Welcome back to Scott's Wings Sports City, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back by myself today with my dad at work. It's time to do my college football week 11 predictions and my NFL week 10 predictions. Let's get into those right now. First game now, tomorrow night, Northwestern and USC. I will go with USC. I think USC is playing very well right now. So I'll go with USC at home over Northwestern. Another game tomorrow night, UCF at home against Houston. I will go with UCF to find a way to get the win here at home. I think the space game is going to make the difference in this game. I'll go with UCF at home to get it done over Northwestern. Now into the Saturday games. First out, Indiana and Penn State. I will go with Indiana. Indiana is playing very, very well right now. So I'll go with Indiana on the road over Penn State.
Go Hoosiers!
Next up, Georgia and Mississippi State. I will go with Georgia. I think Georgia's playing very well right now with Carson Beck, with their new quarterback. So I'm going to go with Georgia on the road over Mississippi State. Next up, Ohio State and Purdue. I'll go with Ohio State. Ohio State's playing very well. Number one team in the country after the current college football playoff rankings came out on Tuesday. So I'll go with Ohio State on the road. I'm going to go with Ole Miss to get the win at home against the Citadel. Should be no problem there. I'm going to go with Texas A&M on the road over Missouri. I think A&M's playing very well right now. In my opinion, they should be a little bit higher in the rankings than where they are right now at 3. So I'll go with A&M on the road over Missouri. Next up, Oregon on the road at Iowa. I'm going to go with Oregon. I think Oregon's playing very well right now with Dante Moore playing very good at quarterback right now. So I'll go with Oregon on the road over Iowa. Next up, Syracuse and Miami. I'm going to go with the Canes at home. I think Miami's playing very well right now. Carson Beck's looking very good. I'm going to go with Miami at home over Syracuse. Next up, Auburn and Vandy. I'm going to go with Vanderbilt to get the win at home over Auburn. I think Diego Pavia is going to bounce back after having a little bit of a rough game last week against Texas. I'm going to go with Vanderbilt at home over Auburn. Next up was Washington on the road at Wisconsin. I'm going to go with Washington. I think Wisconsin's struggled a lot this year in the Big Ten, so I'm going to go with Washington on the road over Wisconsin. Next up, Wake Forest on the road against Virginia. I'm going to go with Virginia. I think Virginia knows they got to win out to make the playoffs, so I'm going to go with Virginia at home over Wake Forest. Next up, Cal and Louisville. I'm going to go with Louisville. I think Louisville's played very, very well right now at home, so I'm going to go with Louisville at home over Cal. Next up, LSU, Alabama. Usually a great game to watch, but this year this game is not going to be interesting. I'm going to go with Alabama at home. I think Alabama's looked very, very good all season, so I'm going to go with Alabama to get the win at home over LSU. Next up, Navy and Notre Dame. I'm going to go with Notre Dame here at home. I think the Irish are a much better team right now than Navy. I think Navy got a little bit exposed last week against North Texas, so I'm going to go with Notre Dame at home over Navy. And let's see. Oh, yes. Florida and Kentucky in Lexington on Saturday.
Go Cats!
For my buddy Terry Jewell, I'm going to take Kentucky at home. I don't really know which way to go in this game, but I'll take Kentucky at home to find a way to get a win over the Gators and get the win at home. Now into the NFL games for the weekend. First game out tonight, Raiders and Broncos on Thursday night. I'm going to go with Denver. I think Denver's looking very well. Bo Nix has been playing very well. So I'm going to go with the Broncos at home over the Raiders. Next up, the Falcons heading in to Berlin to take on the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to go with the Colts here in Berlin. I think the Colts are a much better team right now than the Falcons. So I'm going to go with the Colts here in Berlin against the Falcons. Next up, and probably the best game of the weekend that nobody's paying attention to, is it'll be the New England Patriots heading into Ray J to take on the Bucks. 1 o'clock kickoff on CBS. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo on the call on Sunday.
Go Bucks!
I'm going to go with Tampa to find a way to get a win here. I think they know they got to win this game because their next two late games are probably both losses. So I think they know they got to win this game to have a chance to get the number 1 seed in the NFC. So I'm going to go with the Bucks at home to find a way to get a win here over the Patriots.
Shake and bake, baby!
Next up, the Giants heading into Chicago to take on the Bears. I'm going to go with Chicago. I think the Bears have looked better recently, so I'm going to go with Chicago at home over the Giants. Next up, the Buffalo Bills heading into Miami to take on the Dolphins. I'm going to go with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to get the win here on the road. I think the Dolphins are a very bad team right now, so I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills on the road over the Dolphins. Next up, the Baltimore Ravens heading into Minnesota to take on the Vikings. I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens to get the win here on the road. I think now that Lamar's back, I think the Ravens will start making a move here in the AFC North. So I'm going to go with Baltimore to get the win here on the road over the Vikings. Next up, the Cleveland Browns heading into New York to take on the Jets. I'm going to go with Dylan Gabriel and the Cleveland Browns to get the win here on the road. I got the Browns defense starting in fantasy this week, so that's good. I'll go with the Browns on the road over the Jets. Next up, the New Orleans Saints heading into Charlotte to take on Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. I am going to take Carolina in this game, but be careful because this is a divisional game coming off a massive win last week against the Packers in Lambeau. So I would not be shocked to see the Saints win this game, but I'm going to take the Panthers at home to get a close win at home over the Saints. Next up, the Jacksonville Jaguars heading into Houston to take on the Houston Texans. No CJ Stroud this week for the Texans. I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars to get the win here on the road. I think Liam Cohen's doing a very good job in his first year in Jacksonville, so I'm going to go with Jacksonville on the road over the Texans. Next up, the Arizona Cardinals heading into Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Jacoby Brissett is their starting quarterback for the foreseeable future. I'm going to go with Seattle to get the win here at home. I think Jacoby's going to pull back down to earth a little bit after having a great week last week against Dallas. I think he struggles this week. I'll go with Seattle at home over the Cardinals. Next up, the Los Angeles Rams heading into Levi Stadium to take on the Niners. I'm going to go with Matt Stafford and the Rams here. I think the Niners are banged up right now. So I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford and the Rams to get the win here on the road over the Niners. Next up, the Detroit Lions heading into Washington to take on the Commanders. I'm going to go with Jared Goff and the Lions to get the win here on the road. I think Goff and the Lions are playing very, very well right now. Hopefully Jared Goff doesn't have a great week this week. I'm playing against my mom in fantasy this week, so hopefully Jared Goff doesn't have a great week.
Go Lions!
I'm going to take the Lions on the road over the Commanders. Next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers heading into SoFi to take on the LA Chargers Sunday Night Football. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I think Aaron Rodgers is starting to play a lot better. The defense is going to be the reason why I think the Steelers win this game. The offensive line for the Chargers is banged up to death right now. I'm going to go with the Steelers on the road to find a way to get a win on the road in SoFi against the Chargers. Next up, Monday Night Football, a actually good Monday night game this week. It'll be Jalen Hurts and the Eagles heading into Lambeau to take on Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. 30 degrees on Monday night in Lambeau. I'm going to go with Philly. I think Jalen Hurts is playing very well right now. I'm going to need Jalen Hurts to step up this week if I want to win in fantasy. I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles to get the win on the road over the Packers. And that will do it for this episode of Scott's Weekly Sports today, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back next week with some more NFL and college football predictions. And I'll see you guys right back here next week on Scott's Weekly Sports. See you later, guys.